Hi YouTube, it's Kathy, and I'm coming at you with a kind of different video for me. I've never done a reaction video before like this, so if this ends up being good and you end up enjoying it, please let me know and I'll do it again in the future. My friend Joey, who is an amazing singer-songwriter who currently lives in England but is actually from my part of Canada. In fact, we've been friends for almost 2 decades and she's my partner's cousin, so we're basically cousins. She tagged me in this post earlier and she thinks that I should do a reaction to the New York Times 100 books to read over summer list. And I figured why not? So I downloaded a screen recorder. I haven't looked at the list yet. Let's see what I think about it. Alright, here we go. Obviously I really like Lore Olympus, so there's that. So this is the list that Joey said that I should react to, and she put the pinned tweet. I'll also put this tweet down below in case you want to find the list yourself. And yeah, let's just open up this Times. It's from the times.co.uk, so it's the British list. Let's find out what it has to say for itself. Alright, 100 best books to read for summer 2021. We need your consent? Okay, cool. As long as you actually let me read the list. That's fine. This is something I've also noticed when you try to just get a recipe, is suddenly you get somebody's life story before you actually get to the recipe. I have a feeling we're gonna get that before we get to this list, so let's scroll and find out. Ooh, start your free trial. Okay. Well, that's a bummer. Let's see if I can find a different list. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, because that was a bust, unfortunately. Paywall. What we're going to do is I found this ultimate summer reading list for 2021. So this year I read 38 lists, which recommended a grand total of 522 individual books. As always, I avoided narrow-themed or genre-specific lists like thriller lists or business book lists or that type of thing. Alright, so the book that made it to 21 lists is The Other Black Girl. This is actually something that is on my eventual TBR, so let's actually take a look at the synopsis. The Other Black Girl is an eclectic debut about the tension that unfurls when 2 black women meet against the starkly white backdrop of New York City book publishing. Okay, yeah, this is extremely relevant right now, so yeah, that's probably why that is already on my list. The next one that made it onto 20 lists is Somebody's Daughter by Ashley C. Ford. This book came up for me because Ashley actually was a guest host on the Vlogbrothers channel not too long ago, so I saw that this memoir came up and it just sounds absolutely fascinating. So again, let's grab a synopsis for you. Oh, and John Green actually even blurbed it. I know that they're friends and I know that he really likes the book, so that makes a lot of sense. One of the most prominent voices in her generation debuts with an extraordinarily powerful memoir, the story of a childhood defined by the looming absence of her incarcerated father. So yes, now it's coming back to me. I've looked at so many books recently and put so many things on my eventual TBR that I had to be reminded exactly which one this was. Through poverty, adolescence, and a fraught relationship with her mother, Ashley Ford wishes she could turn to her father for hope and encouragement. There's just a few problems. He's in prison and she doesn't know what he did to end up there. Okay, yeah, this is going to be a pretty powerful memoir, so again, that's why it's already on my list. Next, we have Malibu Rising, which, again, is going to be on my list. I actually don't even know what this one is about. I'm pretty sure it's a historical fiction that has to do with famous people, a la Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones, and let's actually find out what the synopsis is, because I know that I'm already wanting to read it. I'm already on the holds list for my library for the audiobook. So, one of the most anticipated books of the year. Yeah, it's been one of my most anticipated, that's for sure. Malibu, August 1983. It's the day of Nina Riva's annual end of summer party, and anticipation is at a fever pitch. Everyone wants to be around the famous Rivas. Nina, the talented surfer and supermodel, brothers Jay and Hud, one a professional surfer, the other a renowned photographer, and their adorable baby sister Kit. Together the siblings are a source of fascination in Malibu and the world over, especially as the offspring of the legendary singer Mick Riva. All of that set up, like, I don't even need to know what the twist is going to be and like what the hook of this book is going to be, because I'm already fascinated, so backing out of that one. Next we have One Last Stop, which I have already read. I actually read this back in December because I got an advanced reader copy through NetGalley and I was so excited and I very much enjoyed it. I'm also currently on the holds list for this one from my library as well for the audiobook because I want to see how the audiobook stacks up to the reading experience I've already had for it. Next we have Filthy Animals, which is the first one on this list that I haven't actually heard of, but it's by the author of Real Life, which is a book I currently have out of the library, and it's the next physical book I'm going to be picking up, so let's see what this one is about. In a series of linked stories at the heart of Filthy Animals, set among young creatives in the American Midwest, a young man tends delicate emotional waters as he navigates a series of sexually fraught encounters with 2 dancers in an open relationship, forcing him to weigh his vulnerabilities against his loneliness. Okay, this one also sounds interesting, so it's probably going on my to-read list. The next one made it onto 11 lists, and that's After Party Stories. I don't know what this is. I assume short stories. Let's find out, though. Seamlessly transitioning between the absurd and the tender-hearted, balancing humor with sharp emotional depth, After Parties offers an expansive portrait of the lives of Cambodian Americans. Okay, yeah, so this one is a series of short, interconnected stories, all having to do with these lives of Cambodian Americans, which sounds cool to me. Alright, what made it onto 10 lists? It's Seek You, A Journey Through American Loneliness. There's a silent epidemic in America, loneliness. Shameful to talk about and often misunderstood, loneliness is everywhere, from the most major of metropolises to the smallest of towns. Through the lens of gender and violence, technology and art, Redka ushers us through a history of loneliness and longing and shares what feels impossible to share. This one sounds interesting. I don't think I'm putting it on my list quite this moment, but it does sound interesting. Alright, what made it on to 9 lists? With Teeth. I have seen this cover before, but I don't know anything about it. Let's find out. From the author of the New York Times bestselling sensation Mostly Dead Things, a surprising and moving story of two mothers, a difficult son, and the limitations of marriage, parenthood, and love. If she's being honest, Sammy Lucas is scared of her son. Working from home in close quarters of their Florida house, she lives with one wary eye peeled on Samson, a sullen, unknowable boy who resists her every attempt to bond with him. Uncertain in her own feelings about motherhood, she tries her best, driving, cooking, cleaning, prodding him to finish projects for school, while growing increasingly resentful of Monica, her confident but absent wife. As Samson grows from a feral toddler to a surly teenager, Samson's life begins to deteriorate into a mess of unruly behavior, and her struggle to create a picture-perfect queer family unravels. Okay, this one seems interesting to me just because it's from the queer family aspect and the fact that queer families often have to pretend that everything is absolutely perfect just so they can be accepted as a real family. So this one will probably end up on my to-read list eventually. Next we have The Turnout by Megan Abbott, which I'm assuming is going to be a dance book. With their long necks and matching buns and pink tights, Dara and Marie Durant have been dancers since they can remember. Growing up, they were homeschooled and trained by their glamorous mother, founder of the Durant School of Dance. After their parents' tragic death in an accident nearly a dozen years ago, these sisters begin running the school together, along with Charlie, Dara's husband, and once their mother's prized student. Dance, 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 dance. But when a suspicious accident occurs just as the onset of the school's annual performance of the Nutcracker, a season of competition, anxiety, and exhilaration, an interloper arrives and threatens the sisters' delicate balance. This one sounds interesting. I'm actually quite a big sucker for dance movies, so I could see myself probably reading this one. 7 lists, we get Intimacies, a novel. What Are You About? I've never heard of this author. A novel from the author of Separation, an electrifying story about a woman caught behind many truths. So this sounds like it's probably a thriller of some persuasion. An interpreter has come to The Hague to escape New York and work in the international court. A woman of many languages and identities, she is looking for a place to finally call home. She's drawn into simmering personal dramas. Her lover Adrian is separated from his wife, but still entangled in his marriage. Her friend Jana witnesses a seemingly random act of violence, a crime the interpreter becomes increasingly obsessed with as she befriends the victim's sister. And she's pulled into an explosive political controversy when she's asked to interpret for a former president accused of war crimes. Alright, well that one sounds powerful, so maybe it go on my list. Next we have 6 lists. A quick AMSA, of course, is going to get on some lists. I just recently read Freshwater, really very much enjoyed it. I also read Pet. I also very much enjoyed that one. Let's see what this one is. And it looks like this one is actually a memoir, so that could be very cool to read. Next we have The People We Meet on Vacation. I have heard about this one. I think it's on my list. Emily Henry's other book, Beach Reads, is also on my list of things to read, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Next we also have The Husbands by Chandler Baker. Nora Spangler is a successful attorney, but when it comes to domestic life, she packs the lunches, schedules the doctor appointments, knows where the extra paper towel rolls are, and designs and orders the holiday cards. Her husband works hard too, but why does it seem like she is always working so much harder? Probably because women are just expected to do all this extra unpaid labor, so yeah. Next we have all of these other books. I guess that all these other books listed under were books that were on 4 different lists as well. We also have the reading list, which is delightfully bibliophilic. I'm assuming that it would be up my alley. I'm not even going to click into it. I already know. And then all of these other ones. Wow, okay, yep, a lot of books made it to 3 lists. And then, yeah, so there's also a list of the different lists that she looked at to compile this list. So that's actually pretty cool. I'm going to leave a link to this down below, assuming I don't close out of it and completely forget about this. So there we have it. Not quite the video that Joey asked me for, just because there was a paywall on that first article, but nonetheless there's some books coming out that seem pretty interesting, some that were already on my radar, and then some new ones. Do you know of any lists of anticipated books coming out this summer that I should check out? Let me know about it down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. If you don't feel like leaving a comment but want to make sure that I know you were here, just leave me an emoji or a smiley face if you're on your keyboard. Some people have asked if there's a way to financially support this channel, so I set up a Ko-fi account, which is a digital tipping service. The link for that is down below, as well as a link to my PayPal and my Amazon wishlist in case you would like to buy me a book. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you very soon. Bye!